Today I'm going to recap Bedlam. That be Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State for all you Martians who watch the channel. And all that's coming up after the bump.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today I am going to recap Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. Which is to say, we call it Bedlam, but that D is optional. You can say Bedlam, we know what you're talking about, and you'd also have watched the first half of OU OSU, which by halftime was 34-28, which is, you know, a really high score for a Big Ten football game, but this is the Big 12, and this is Bedlam, where both offenses are pretty good at moving the football. But more than that, oh my goodness, look, Oklahoma football is where the Harlem Globetrotters and the Washington Generals play on the same team. The secondary couldn't cover a mattress if we gave it a bedspread tonight. It's bad. At one point, Tylan Wallace had 4 catches for 128 yards. Both of his big gainers, he had cooked Trey Norwood's grits. All right? Just burnt him. Just gave him all the smoke, man. And that was the entire secondary all day long. Taylor Cornelius is not a Heisman winning quarterback. This is not Will Grier out here. It's not even Sam Ehlinger. It's Taylor Cornelius. And I would say the defense, except the defense, is played well. Look, through the first half, the defense had held Oklahoma's rushing attack to 3 yards per carry. They got 2 sacks. The front six is what I'm saying. The front six playing out of its mind. Kenneth Murray Jr., Curtis Bolton, defensive line, Neville Gallimore getting to Cornelius, putting him on his back. Secondary, you know, we can talk about Kerry Cooks, but I don't think it's Kerry Cooks. Not today. It's not scheme. It's not Ruffin McNeil. It's not scheme. It's not today. It's quite literally just want to and speed. Tylan Wallace is faster than Trey Norwood, and that hurts to hear, but Tylan Wallace is giving everybody the smoke. From Robert Barnes to Buki to Trey Brown to Trey Norwood, just smoke. Now, the bright spot for Oklahoma, as it always is the offense, and you got a magnificent performance really out of the offense in the first half. Yes, the game was tied up at 14 to end the first quarter, but Kyler Murray went 12 passes before he threw his first incompletion. And Oklahoma began this game, with 2 scholarship running backs. TJ Pledger's out, so Trey Sermon, Kennedy Brooks have to carry the load, and all those dudes did was average about 10 yards per carry. Through the first half of football, Trey Sermon had 9 carries for 92 yards. Began the game preaching. The minister out there just giving out this word, and I'm here for it. This is also an offensive line that is finally starting to get its due. I remember earlier in the season, we had folks talking about, yo, man, offensive line looks suspect. Yo, man, offensive line can't really block or run the ball. Really? Okay, number one, CBS Sports projects Ben Powers and Bobby Evans to go in the first round of the 2019 draft. But even before that, this offensive line is averaging better than 6.7 yards per carry heading into this game. And against one of the best, if not the best pass rush in all of college football, they kept Kyler Murray clean. Now, Kyler Murray is also a magician. You know my quote, we have Kyler Murray and you don't. But give credit where it's due. They ran the ball effectively, they threw the ball effectively, and they could do that because the offensive line is stout. Kyler, for his part, went 15 of 19 for 227 with a TD, hit 8 receivers in the first half. And that would be stupendous if I didn't know that Taylor Cornelius had already thrown for over 300 yards in the first half football. 16 of 26 for 304? Really? Tylan Wallace had 5 catches for 148. You will win your Biletnikoff Award against Oklahoma this season. Happened last week with Antoine Wesley, who had 12 catches for 199 yards. Happened earlier this year with Hakeem Butler, who torched Oklahoma. Happened earlier this year with LJ Humphrey and Colin Johnson, who torched Oklahoma. What I'm saying is, you want to play wide receiver against the secondary because it's just not good. I know we got puppies, and I know that they're going to grow up. But right now, this is not a defense you want to go and face a college football playoff team with. It's just not. But it is what we're going to have if we get into it. Something has to give here. And I'm not sure what it is, because Bookie's back. Folks that want a Khalil Houghton gone have seen Khalil Houghton gone. You're seeing a lot of Jordan Parker. You're seeing a lot of Robert Barnes. Seeing a lot of Parnell Motley. A lot of Trey Brown. A lot of Trey Norwood. I just don't know where your answers are at this point, except to say those guys have to get better. And how do you get better in a month? Well, we'll find out, because right now it's just the offense having to outscore people, and maybe that's good enough to win a Big 12 title. Actually, it is good enough to win a Big 12 title because Oklahoma is the 3-time defending champ. But we're not here to win just Big 12 titles. We're here to win national championships, and we ain't done so since 2000. I, for one, would like to see number 8, and you're not going to see it with this defense out here, man. Unless, for whatever reason, Oklahoma can continue to put up 50, 60, 70 points, I think is what it would take for them to beat Bama at this point, man. Especially when OU's first 3 and out came with 3:36 left in to go in the first half. And then it felt like Oklahoma had all the momentum because with 1:25 left to play, Oklahoma's up 34-21. Separation. Cool. Going to halftime feeling good about yourself. Nope. Oklahoma State ran 5 plays, went 75 yards in 54 seconds to end the first half. And then Lincoln Riley and the clock management thing again at the end of this first half. Don't really know what's going on there. And I am not one to call Lincoln Riley's offense, but you go right ahead. What I'm saying is where a lot of folks saw an outbreak of offense and that the offense are just explosive and they're high octane, OU fans know what's going on, man. The defense, in particular the secondary, is just going to get torched, and that's the way it is. And for the umpteenth time, we're going to have to ask the offense to continue to bail us out so that we can keep this one-loss record intact. Beginning the second half, 34-28. Oklahoma. And then the second half began, and what do we get but more of the same? Oklahoma going down, Oklahoma coming back, and Matt Amendola, I feel for you, man. Whatever piece of glass or mirror that you dropped, I'm sorry, dog, because, if he doesn't miss that extra point, it's a tie ball game. Who knows how it's going to end, because it felt like whoever had the ball last was going to win this football game that had over 1,300 yards of offense. Taylor Cornelius threw for over 500 yards. Oklahoma had over 350 yards rushing. There were more than 60 first downs. The Sooners ended the game with 702 yards. Oklahoma had 2 100-yard rushers. Oklahoma State had a 100-yard receiver and a 200-yard receiver. Oklahoma had a 100-yard receiver. Defense was optional in this game. And then you had what basically happened with West Virginia and Texas. I mean, the home team was playing defense with the game on the line. 2-point conversion. Are you going to go for it? Mike Gundy really didn't have a choice because you don't know where Amendola's head is. And you got all the momentum. You know that you can beat Oklahoma defensive backs with Tylan Wallace if you want to. And they wanted to. They put Wallace in motion, they dropped Cornelius back, and he made a bad throw. I prefer to look at it as Trey Brown made a play, but you can take it how you want. The point is, it could have ended for Oklahoma the way that it ended for Texas last week with West Virginia, but it did not. No matter how you look at it, Oklahoma's defense was on the field when you needed to stop somebody from scoring. And whether Oklahoma State gave the game away or Oklahoma came over with a stop, I'm going to leave that to you because the final score 48-47. Oklahoma moves to 9-1 and has to fix this defense. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.